106.7.
Our top story.
106.7.
News all day, every day.
Station Splash.
Quick, charge at 240.
Hot news, cool vibes, sports, and more on the Integrity Station.
The time is 7 o'clock from Splash 106.7 FM, Abeokuta, the Integrity Station. Here is Nigeria today. I am Maryam Ogunremi. First, the headlines. Vice President Shettima heads to Dakar to represent Tinubu at Senegal's 65th independence anniversary. Federal government orders immediate reopening of Independence Bridge in Lagos after hours-long gridlock. In Ogun State, government approves 16.5 million naira as subventions to sport associations. In business news, CBN said Secular introducing new 5,000, 10,000 naira notes as fake. In sport, UEFA kicks against a 2030 World Cup proposal. Details of this and more shortly. Now the news in detail. Vice President Kashim Shettima has departed Abuja for Dakar, Senegal, where he will represent President Bola Ahmed Tinubu at the West African nation's 65th independence anniversary celebrations. Senegal marks its Independence Day on April 4 each year, commemorating its liberation from French colonial rule in 1960. A statement issued today by Senior Special Assistant to the President of Media and Communications, Office of the Vice President Stanley Nkwocha, and said Shettima's participation followed an official invitation from Senegalese President Bassirou Diomaye Faye. The main Independence Day event is set to take place at the Place de la Nation in Dakar, where President Faye will host Vice President Shettima alongside other distinguished guests from across Africa and beyond. The event is expected to reaffirm Senegal's commitment to democratic governance and regional cooperation. Vice President Shettima is scheduled to return to Nigeria immediately after the one-day celebrations, continuing his engagement in national development and diplomatic outreach. The Federal Ministry of Works has ordered the immediate reopening of the Independence Bridge in Lagos after millions of Lagosians were locked in hours-long gridlock yesterday. In a statement by the Federal Controller of Works, Lagos, O.I. Kesha, the Minister of Works, David Umahi, directed the immediate reopening of the Independence Bridge in Lagos to vehicular traffic. The controller said that the directive follows the earlier closure of the bridge for planned maintenance and rehabilitation works, adding that efforts are currently ongoing to ensure palliative works are carried out on the already open bridge to make it motorable. The ministry regretted the inconvenience caused to the motoring public by the closure and appealed for their understanding and cooperation.
First is to release the road, by Sunday. And then we are going to watch the settlements for the next 2 weeks. And after 2 weeks, then we will now use the settlement that we would have noticed to now redesign the emergency situation. It may be decompile, it may be, a cantilever slab, but definitely we're going to solve the problem. And Buildwell is a very reputable company. That the contractor in charge, of course, they're working on a gold bridge. We apologize again and again. First to Mr. President, my boss, for the hardship.
That was the Honorable Minister of Works, David Umahi. Moving on to this new one, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has rejected a petition to recall the senator representing Kogi Central, Natasha Puti-Uduaghan, has not met the requirements. In a short statement today, the Electoral Commission said the petition to recall Senator Natasha did not meet constitutional requirements. In an updated statement, INEC cited Section 6A, Section 69, subsection A of the Constitution, which stipulates that a petition to recall a senator needs the signatures of more than one half of the registered voters in the lawmaker's constituency. The development comes weeks after the electoral body rejected a petition to recall the embattled lawmaker, citing missing contact details. The petitioners later submitted the missing item, a fact INEC acknowledged. The Nigeria Civil Aviation Aviation Authority (NCAA) has cautioned international airlines on the increasing complaints from passengers who are transported halfway to the destinations only to be deported back to Nigeria. The NCAA condemned the practice, emphasizing that it has led to considerable distress for passengers and damaged the reputation of Nigeria's aviation industry. The NCAA's Director of Consumer Protection and Public Affairs, Michael Achimogo, announced this in a statement today. The NCAA stressed that airlines are responsible for informing passengers of any potential obstacles to their entry before their journey begins. Referring to the Nigeria Civil Aviation Regulations 2023 Part 192111, the NCAA reiterated that airlines and their agents are obligated to inform travelers of any potential entry restrictions before departure. He stated that in light of this issue, the NCAA has announced immediate enforcement measures. The Defense Headquarters, the HQ, says the reports that Niger Republic withdrawn from the multinational joint task force was not credible. The military high command spoke through the Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Marcus Kangie, during a briefing today in Abuja. Kange clarified that the MNJTF remains a critical regional security collaboration and that efforts must be made to prevent any member state from leaving. The MNJTF was formed in 1994 by countries of the Lake Chad Commission to fight terrorism and other transboundary crimes across the member states. The countries are Niger, Nigeria, Chad, and Cameroon, and Benin Republic. Kange said that Niger's withdrawal from the Joint Task Force would have had serious security implications on the efforts against terrorism and other common security threats. The military high command, therefore, assured Nigerians that security forces remain focused on apprehending bandits and terrorist leaders, including Bello Turji. Federal Capital Territory Minister Nyesom Wike has debunked social media reports claiming he collapsed last week. Describing the allegations as an attempt to score cheap political points, Wike dismissed the reports while inspecting 4 ongoing projects in the FCT, including International Conference Center (ICC). The rumors circulating suggested that Wike suffered a partial stroke due to excessive alcohol consumption, but the minister firmly denied the claims. The Nigeria Union of Pensioners Southwest Zone has lamented the failure of the government to implement the 32,000 naira pension increase across board for the pensioners as directed by President Bola Tinubu last year, September. President Tinubu was said to have given the directive at the commencement of payment of 70,000 naira new minimum wage to all, also ensure that the pensioners were not excluded. The Public Relations Officer of the Union, Dr. Olusegun Abaton, raised this concern while addressing the press during the zonal meeting of the pensioners held in Abeokuta today. Abaton said that among the 6 southwest states, only Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State has implemented a part of this pension increase, paying 17,500 naira. He explained that Makinde has also implemented the 33% pension increase of 2020, the 20% pension increase of January 2024, and raised the minimum paid for pensioners in the state to 25,000 naira. The pensioner spokesman has therefore called on other state governments to follow the good example of Governor Makinde and prioritize making life more rewarding for the pensioners in their old age. You're still on to Nigeria Today on Splash 106.7 FM Abeokuta. Still to come. Ogun State government approves 16.5 million naira as subventions to sport associations. In the word of business, CBN says circular introducing new 5,000, 10,000 naira notes is fake. In sports, UEFA kicks against 64 team 2030 World Cup proposal. We take a break now. When we come back, we'll bring you more stories. Please stay with us.
Sister, you still dey wash plates?
Yes, sir. I be done nearly finish when I can see the pot where you soak for 3 days now.
Make you no vex. See, I been plan to wash them this night when we come house.
I hear you.
But shall you too dey waste time and water. If na me, back like this, I don't finish them with half bucket of water safe.
Half waiting.
Sharp now.
But the plates no go clean now. And small time now, so we go dey sick.
Who sigh? Make I tell you, disease no dey kill African man.
Yeah.
Now.
I beg come out. I go even clean this house safe.
Sister, you don't come be that oh. Make you leave everything now. Make we go cook.
I beg. Princess, if you no fit wait for me, make I wash this whole plate and clean this house finish. They go.
Na person wey dey well fit hurry. Take time clean where you dey. E dey pay o.
11 minutes after 7 p.m. on Splash 106.7 FM. You are still on to Nigeria today. Moving on to Ogun State, where the governor, Prince Dapo Abiodun, has approved the sum of 16.5 million naira to 33 sport associations in the state to prepare for the 22nd National Sport Festival, scheduled to hold from May 16 to 30, 2025. The secretary to the state government, Mr. Tokunbo Talabi, stated this at the June 12 Cultural Center, Kuta Abeokuta, during an engagement with chairmen of the various sport associations, athletes, coaches, and other relevant stakeholders, noting that the subvention check represents the state government's unwavering commitment to athletes' success. Speaking earlier, Commissioner for Sports Development Wasiu Isiaka revealed that the state version of the National Sports Festival would hold in the last week of April and will serve as a platform to test the renovated and newly built facilities, as well as conduct final trials for the Team Ogun contingents. He noted that 2 other states would participate to give the sports the needed competitiveness it deserves. The state athletes for the festival were expected to commence closed-door campaign with immediate effect. Away from Ogun State, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State has apologized to Lagosians who were left stranded in hours-long gridlock owing to the repair work going on at the Independence Bridge in Lagos. The closure of the Independence Bridge for ongoing repair work left thousands of Lagosians grounded in the area between Wednesday evening and earlier today. Governor Sanwo-Olu visited the area today to inspect the level of work and apologize to Lagosians over the traffic situation, saying more should have been done in communicating with residents of the state over the development.
Independence Bay, which connects, Victoria Island from the Bonny camp into the marina side of Lagos Island, and it's been the oldest even in this entire corridor. But what has happened is this approach end from Victoria Island going into Marina has been under severe threat. So what builders had done over the past couple of years first was to stabilize, beneath, which we can't see. They've done a whole lot of sheet piling underneath the bridge to protect and to hold the integrity, this wall. But the real job is that there's like a 15 to 20 meters, span on the bridge, which is sitting on nothing. Over the years, erosion has gone underneath and is sitting on nothing. So that is indeed an engineering disaster that is just waiting to happen. As a government, we must be able to take responsibility. And the responsibility is that maybe we did not communicate long enough. We did not communicate adequately enough. So it's really just around patience and we observing the road furnitures and observing the traffic officers and the security operatives that are going to be doubling.
That was Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State apologizing to Lagosians concerning the closed Independence Bridge in Lagos. Away from that, the Police Service Commission (PSC) has removed Mrs. Betty Enekpen Isokman or Otimenyi as the Commissioner of Police in charge of Edo State Command. It was gathered that she was removed as Commissioner of Police in the state due to the killings of 16 Hausa Fulani travelers in Urumi, Essen Northeast local government area of Ondo State on March 27, 2025. The PSC appointed Monday Agbonika as her replacement. Betty Otimei was appointed as the 49th CP of the state on January 16, 2025. A statement by the Commission's Head of Press and Public Relations, Ikechukwu Ani, said the new Commissioner of Police, Monday Agbonika, was until his deployment to Edo State, the Commissioner of Police, Mounted Troop, Force Equitation Officer, Force Headquarters, Abuja. Ani said the new CP, who was at the Police Service Commission for a posting interview, presided over by the chairman, retired DID Hashimu Agongo, was charged to be proactive and to settle down quickly so as to reduce the crime rate in Edo State. The new CP was also advised to look into the issues surrounding the recent killings in the state. In Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde has implored a contingent of Cadet Corps 7 who are indigenes of the state to be agents of change and good ambassadors of the state as they continue on their path to career success in the Nigeria Police Force. The governor gave the charge when he received the cadets' Assistant Superintendent of Police on a courtesy visit ahead of their passing out ceremony from the Police Academy in Kano State. Makinde recounted some personal engagement with police officers in the past who showed commitment, loyalty, and professionalism, resulting in a cordial relationship with them till date, while charging the cadets not to consider themselves too young to take meaningful responsibilities to keep the community safe and secured. He also commended the State Commissioner of Police, CP Adenola Johnson, and other security heads in the state for showing required commitment and dedication to the task of maintaining peace and security in the state.
You have those responsibilities that will be on your shoulder in few months from now. So we want to encourage you and we want to pray for you that you will make a success out of this career that you have chosen. Be good ambassadors of this state, and you should be change agent wherever you find yourself.
From Oyo State back to Edo State, where the People's Democratic Party PDP candidate for the 2024 Edo State governorship election, Asra Ighodalo, says he is heading to the Court of Appeal to challenge the Edo State Tribunal verdict affirming Monday Okpeholo as governor. A three-member panel led by Justice Wilfred Pochi dismissed Ighodalo's petition due to a lack of merit and the failure to present competent witnesses to substantiate the claims of non-compliance with the Electoral Act. Ighodalo called on supporters and other party faithful to keep the peace and seek the rule of law in their fight for justice. To the word of business, the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has disowned a circular claiming it has introduced two new denominations, 5,000 Naira and 10,000 Naira notes. The Apex Bank described the circular as fake in a statement via its official handle on X. The alleged circular said the new notes were set for circulation from May 1st. However, the Apex Bank refuted the claims, urging the public to verify information through its official website. From the world of sport, UEFA President Alexander Ceferin said it would be a bad idea for FIFA to expand the World Cup to 64 nations for the 2030 tournament. The 2026 edition in the United States, Mexico and Canada will already see the format increase from 32 teams to 48. But the head of the Uruguayan Football Federation, Ignacio Alonso, suggested further expanding the tournament at the last FIFA Council meeting in March. Football's global governing body said it had a duty to analyze the proposal, which European chief Ceferin denounced at UEFA's Congress in Belgrade. The 2030 World Cup will be played in 3 continents, with Portugal, Spain, and Morocco being the main hosts. Just before we go on Nigeria today, here is a recap of our top stories. Vice President Kashim Shettima has departed Abuja for Dakar, Senegal, where he will represent President Bola Ahmed Tinubu at the West African nation's 65th independence anniversary celebrations. The Federal Ministry of Works has ordered the immediate reopening of the Independence Bridge in Lagos after millions of Lagosians were locked in hours-long gridlock yesterday. In Ogun State, the governor, Prince Dakwa Abiodun, has approved the sum of 16.5 million naira to 33 sports associations in the state to prepare for the 22nd National Sport Festival, scheduled to hold from May 16 to 30, 2025. In business news, the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has disowned a circular claiming it has introduced two new denominations, 5,000 naira and 10,000 naira notes. And in sport, UEFA President Alexander Safarin said it would be a bad idea for FIFA to expand the World Cup to 64 nations for the 2030 tournament. We have now come to the end of Nigeria today on Splash 106.7 FM, the Integrity Station. Do not litter. Keep your environment clean. The news editor is Abidemi Kajogbola. I am